why thousands of women marched in the streets of Kenya this weekend. That's what we're going to be discussing in today's episode. Hello, welcome. My name is Katie, this is my channel, and this is where we discuss true crime, politics and current affairs. If you are a returning viewer, first of all, have you subscribed? Because clearly you like my content if you're coming back for more. But you know how this goes. We go through an article, I give my own educated opinion, and we have a conversation in the comments below. I found this, and this was posted on January the 29th, 2024. And today, as of recording, is the 31st of January, 2024. So it was a few days ago. It is on CBC radio, and at least 14 women have been killed in Kenya this month alone, local activists say. Audrey Mugeni says there have been times when she felt like she was the only person who cared that women are being murdered in Kenya at an alarming rate. But she says that Saturday's massive nationwide protests against femicide, the killing of women and girls, have fueled a new sense of community, solidarity and hope. It was very energetic, it was very affirming, Mugeni, an advocate for women's and girls' rights, told As It Happens host Neil Koksal. Apologies. To look around and realise that I wasn't just the only person who felt like this was an issue that needed to be spoken about, I was emotional, and I could feel the emotions running through all our veins. Mugeni is the founder of Femicide Count Kenya, an advocacy organisation that tracks homicides against women in the country. The United Nations defines femicide as intentional killing of women and girls with a gender-related motivation that may be driven by stereotyped gender roles, discrimination towards women and girls, unequal power relations between men and women, or harmful social norms. Femicide Count recorded 152 killings in 2023, the highest tally since the group began tracking the stats in 2018. Because they rely largely on media reports and the public, the actual number could be higher. Already in 2024, Kenyan media outlets have reported the slayings of at least 14 women, according to Patricia Andango, a data journalist at media and research firm Odipodev, who also took part in the march. That surge in killings inspired thousands of people to march in cities and towns across Kenya. This is an issue that has been going on for so long, and yet nobody's saying anything about it, Mugeni said. Now we are angry, now we are all coming together. In the nation's capital, Nairobi, protesters wore t-shirts printed with the names of women killed this month. The demonstrators chanted, "Stop killing us," as they brought traffic to a standstill. We are tired of government institutions that are not working to prevent and, where necessary, promptly punish femicide, march organiser Malvin Obola said during the protest. Two recent high-profile killings have dominated media coverage in Kenya this year. Bearing in mind, we're only at the end of January, so that's a month. On January 14th, the dismembered and decapitated body of 20-year-old university student Rita Wayani was found in a trash bag in a Nairobi rental apartment. A week later, a head was found near a dam, along with Wayne's phone and other missing items. Two Nigerian men were arrested in connection with her death. Before that, on January the 3rd, the body of a 26-year-old Starlet Waihu was found in an Airbnb apartment with several stab wounds after she went there with a man she met online. Police are holding that man in custody, and Mugeni says several Kenyan women have since come forward to say they had previously reported the same suspect for assault to no avail. That's part of a broader pattern of authorities not taking women seriously, she said. Kenya has good laws against gender-based violence, but they are not being adequately enforced. We signed on to international treaties, onto regional treaties. We have also written very nice and very good laws. she said of her country's rules against gender-based violence. But when it comes to practice, it's not very good. Esther Passaris, Kenya's parliamentary representative for women, tried to address protesters in Nairobi on the weekend, but was met with accusations that she's been silent during the latest wave of killings. Protesters shouted, "Where were you?" and "Go home." Passaris did not respond to a CBC request for comment. Mugeni also took issue with local news coverage of the recent killings, noting that several local outlets focused on reports that Wahoo was wearing a short red dress the night she was killed. Most definitely they were, victimising her, saying it was her fault that this happened to her, Mugeni said. She credited the men who marched alongside them on Saturday. "We've gotten really good allies in men, but then there are still others who are still saying, you know what, you women need to shut up. You're not going to eat our money and think that we are not going to kill you," she said. There are still men who are speaking like that. Even after all these deaths, they're still blaming the deaths on the women. According to Amnesty International, more than 500 women were killed in Kenya between 2016 and 2023. The majority, the human rights organisation said, were women under 35, killed by intimate partners or people known to them. "It needs to get to a point where we are all understanding that this is not just a women's issue. This is a societal issue," Mugeni said. "We are literally killing off a generation of women." Thoughts? First of all, bravo to everyone taking part in the protests. And unfortunately, 14 women in a month? That's not a lot. Wow. I think I remember some sort of statistic last year that a woman died every day, at least, in the UK, through violence. According to the feminidecensus.org, men still killing one woman every 3 days in the UK. According to femicidecensus.org, 110 women were killed by men in 2020. 111 men have been implicated in their killings, but to date only 79 have been found guilty. The killings of 49 of those women would be described as overkill, i.e. the excessive use of violence. So thank you to those people that protested in Kenya. There needs to be more of this here in the UK, to be quite honest. We need to stop focusing on bullshit ideologies that are non-problems. This is why feminism still matters in 2024. Women are dying every day at the hands of violent men. Not all men. I like men. I have one in my home. But something needs to happen. There's a group in society that thinks it's perfectly okay to control and abuse and kill women if they don't submit to the assaulter's standards. And the men that marched as well, thank you. We need more men on our side, because the men that are assaulting us aren't going to listen to us, so we need you on our side. So far this year, 31 days, 14 women have died. That's one every other... Is that one every other day? Ish? That's one every other day, I think, if my maths is right, which it may not be. But that's about one every other day. Oh gosh, it's horrific. The issue of Starlet Wahoo, who was found in the Airbnb apartment. The man that police think did that to her was reported to police several times for assault and nothing happened. This is... Oh my God. Why... If someone is reported for a violent assault, why are they not watched? Well, why are they not persecuted, to be honest? Persecuted is the wrong word. Prosecuted. There we go. And several local outlets focused on reports that Wahoo was wearing a short red dress the night she was killed. I don't care. She could have been walking around naked. It doesn't mean you can kill her. It does not mean you can assault her. I mean, you can look, because girl probably looked fine. You know, she was probably a very beautiful woman. So looking, yeah, okay. If you walk around naked, you can look. But I don't care what you're wearing. Like, it's not... Why are they focusing on what she was wearing? Instead, they should be focusing on why the attacker killed her. That's the why you need to focus on. And it still happens. Like, this is literally a few weeks ago. 2024. Media are still focusing on what women are wearing and blaming them for dying because of it. Wow, I got angry. And Mugeni said, we are literally killing off a generation of women. Yeah, one every other day, we are. Majority of them were under 35 as well, I think. No, that was between 2016 and 2023. Majority of women were under the age of 35. Young women who may not have found their voice, maybe. Yeah, this one made me angry. But this is why feminism matters. This is why women's issues matter. Because in 2024, we are still blaming women for being killed. We are still blaming a dead person instead of the actual murderer. That's it for today. I'm going to stop this one because it makes me angry and sad all at the same time. Let me know your comments below. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Come follow me on all the social medias. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you.